Welcome back to Virginia This Morning.
So from walking the catwalk in Milan to protesting for PETA, Dan Mathews has led quite a life. He's still leading it.
Certainly has. He has penned his story in the new book, Committed, a rabble-rouser's memoir. Hey, Dan, welcome, and thanks for coming in.
Morning.
Dan, you know, I hate to say it, you followed us. We were cooking filet mignon right here. With,
yeah,
you know.
it smells like 9/11. I remember all the burning flesh smell down at Ground Zero right after the tragedy, and it always brings me back. Actually, you know, that event turned a lot of people vegetarian because they
You think
together,
so?
Oh yeah, no, it was actually written about that, the smell of burning flesh. Even a lot of people who come back from the war and they see a lot of charred flesh and death, it makes them look at meat in a whole different way. So you never know what buttons are going to push.
We are all creatures.
Yep.
Talk to us about this book, about the memoir that you have, and your connection to PETA.
Well, I've been with PETA 23 years. I started there in 1985 as the receptionist.
Wow.
I always had crazy ideas for campaigns, like having people protest naked to target the fur trade, and working with artists, everybody from Paul McCartney to Pamela Anderson. And so I just moved my way up through the ranks, and now I'm senior vice president, but still very, very involved in all the campaigns. And I've always written. I've always been a writer by freelance writer by trade. And I wrote articles for magazines. I've been arrested in protests around the world, so I wrote A Connoisseur's Guide to World's Jails, in which I rated each jail for food, hospitality, accommodation. I've always had a little bit of
a Travel Channel.
Of its little skewed view of the kind of work I do. But also
A rabble-rouser.
Exactly, exactly. So I wrote more and more articles, and finally, after writing an article about dressing up as a carrot to go to the Midwest to promote vegetarianism outside of elementary schools and getting pelted with bologna by pig farmers.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, it was very
That's
surreal.
Quite a scene.
Yeah, it was like being in a weird Fellini movie or something. So I wrote that, and as a result, I got a few offers from book publishers to do a book, and the book came out. It was Buzz Book of the Week in People magazine. It's been released now in Australia and Italy. And the paperback just came out, and that's why I'm in Richmond today, because we're starting the paperback book tour, doing a book signing this evening at Barnes & Noble on Broad at 7 p.m. So inviting everyone to come out.
Yeah.
It's been really exciting.
Dan, I have to ask, PETA's never really afraid or shied away from pushing the envelope, and that in turn has turned some people off because they think you take it too far, but you're okay with that.
Absolutely. We are a pressure group, and I think you have to realize that if a pressure group is desperate to be popular, they're doomed to fail. Our currency is being obnoxious. When we target these corporations that are doing cruel things to animals, like KFC, boiling birds alive and defeathering tanks, we have to go for the throat. If we're not willing to be as ruthless as our corporate adversaries, we shouldn't be doing anything at all, because we want to see these cruelties stopped. And PETA has a great track record at prosecuting cruelty, stopping cruel animal experiments. We've convinced major companies like Revlon, Avon, and Gillette to stop testing their products on animals. We've convinced designers like Calvin Klein and Ralph Lauren and Tommy Hilfiger to stop killing animals for their fur. So we've had a really good impact, and I must say that it's never been by asking nice. We are a pressure group, and it's a kind of a hallmark of American history, speaking out against injustice. And I know for some people it just means that there's this annoying bunch over here, but most people love animals, and when they hear about things that are happening in slaughterhouses and circuses and laboratories to animals, they get disgusted. And PETA's role is to bring this information to them. We have a very popular website PETA.org, which spotlights all of our different campaigns. We're really lucky to have a lot of artists that support us, everyone from like Alec Baldwin to Pamela Anderson, Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. That helps. I mean, because people listen to the celebrities they like, doesn't it?
It's
I mean,
true.
that raises awareness.
It's very much so, and you know, we've got one of our most popular campaigns is getting celebrities to pose without any clothes under the slogan, "I'd rather go naked than wear fur." And people always ask me how I'm able to get the world's most beautiful women to take their clothes off, and my secret is, I'm gay. They're not threatened.
And you just say it has to do with animals, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And you show up to the photo shoot dressed as a carrot.
Exactly.
There you go.
Hey, Dan, thank you so much. Hey, we have some information if you want to meet Dan and have him sign the book. Again, like you heard Dan say tonight at the Barnes & Noble at 55 West Broad Street. It's called Committed, a rabble-rouser's memoir. Dan Mathews, thank you so much.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thanks.
Excellent.